Welcome back, Big Strunks. Alright, today is day B, but we're making a little change. It's going to be just a volume day. Hit it pretty hard the last couple workouts. So just kind of a recoup day for the old man. And so everything is going to be sets of 10 to 20. And also decided to make it just a hammer strength station day. And we do a little cable work at the end. Everything's going to be just a 45 on either side. And the goal was at each station and get at least 60 reps. So if I could do 3 sets of 20, or it kind of came down to I'd do 2 sets of 20 and then 2 sets of 10 to get the 60. So starting out here with the hammer strength shoulder press, keeping that range of motion where my shoulder's comfortable. And again, kind of pushing my head back into the bench so I don't get that clicking in my shoulder. Not heavyweight at all, just a blood flow day, kind of get the pump into the muscles. And I like starting with the shoulders. I'd already done a shoulder warm up before this that I didn't film on the cables, just with your abductors, adductors, and your rotator cuff in the shoulder. Just getting all that kind of pre-stressed. That way I can really feel it going into the presses. Same thing here, starting out with shoulder press. Just kind of getting those shoulders a little stressed, a little tired beforehand, so as I go into the other pressing motions, I don't overdo it, But there's no burn like a shoulder burn. You just can't get rid of it. And these long sets, that's what I would say. If you're having trouble with your delts, front, rear, mid, whatever, and you've been doing heavier weight with lower reps, try some lighter weight, high rep work. Because I know for sure I get the burn, get that blood flowing into the muscle. So I think I've already done 2 sets of 20. This might be a set of 10. Again, shoulder's not exactly my strong suit. And also this machine, I don't work this machine very much. It was just kind of a last minute thing. So now kind of next in order from the shoulder press, we're going down to the hammer strength incline. This is the hammer strength. You can see the other bar in the back where you can do pull downs. I didn't like this machine at first. I've kind of grown to like it a little bit more. Especially once I figured out get that wide grip. Let it stretch the chest out as long as the shoulder feels good. Again, high volume. If you're not making stupid faces, it don't count. So kind of the way I've been working now is, since I'm getting back into the flow of it, is one half of the workout will be more heavy, and really one specific heavy day. Like I might do a heavy bench once every 2 weeks now. I'm not trying to compete. I'm just trying to get back in shape and keep working out. So I might do overhead heavy 1 week and then do bench heavy the next week. And so by the time I get back to heavy bench, it's been 2 weeks. Same thing with squat. Tomorrow I'll probably do legs, and it'll be a more volume day because on my last squat workout I went heavier than I've gone in 2 years. So we'll crank it back a little bit, get a volume day in, and then hit it hard the next week, or the next workout. But specifically on anything involving my shoulder, especially the front pressing of the shoulder, seems to be about 2 weeks is comfortable to make sure it stays in the game and doesn't crap out on it. Kind of a calm day at the gym today. And I've been surprised as I've been recording these workouts. Like I said, I try to stay inconspicuous with the camera. It's just my cell phone on a little tripod. And I try to keep it pointed squarely on me, and the back of the screen is always where people can see it, so they can see exactly what I'm filming. And I have noticed there's been some women that will walk by and kind of see where my camera is focused, and then, they can see the station I'm working at, or they see me if I'm in the middle of the set or something. So I've been kind of happy that really no one's raised hell. So, in any case, here we are. This is the wide chest hammer strength press. Started out with a narrow grip, wasn't feeling the chest. So here you can see I've got a wider grip, and I'm really dialing it into that range of motion that's right on the chest. I mean, you could take it all the way back if your shoulders are feeling good and really make a big range of motion out of it. My right shoulder's just not feeling it. See, here's a little bit narrower grip there, and I think I'm going to change that. Or maybe not. Like I said, just trying to stay in that squeeze of the chest. So I go as far back as when it transfers kind of that front delt, and I can feel it. That's about as far back as I'm going here. And then just coming back up, squeezing that chest. If you really want to get some burn at the top of that press, just squeeze it and hold it. Good volume there. Sounds like that wide press though could use with a little grease, squeaky. I really like this wide press because to me it almost feels like a decline press. And here I have the seat almost all the way down. So if you were to go higher, I mean those bars would be damn near touching my thighs, you know. So even at the lowest setting, it's almost kind of that bottom of the pec kind of feel, like a decline press might be. But I found that actual decline press, like bench presses, they're kind of ungainly. A lot of times, to be honest, if I'm going to do decline press, I'll get an independent bench that you can roll around and put it on a Smith machine. Because the nature of the lift of the decline press, you could really push some weight on it, you know, some heavy weight. And then if you have it on the Smith machine, you don't have to balance it, which is not a true bench press. You know, I wouldn't count a max on it or anything like that. But for the sake of really putting some weight on and getting some heavy reps, it's a nice way to do it, Smith machine decline. I have never used this machine before. Most of the time I kind of do the upright sitting chest press. So this thing had an interesting range of travel. This first set, I'm a little bit too far down on the bench. So that the handles are coming kind of down where a bench press should, like around my solar plexus, between my solar plexus and my nipples. But it just wasn't comfortable, so I only did one set like that, and now you can see that I was too far up on the bench, and so now on these sets I came further down, I think. Yeah, so that those handles are coming up just above my nipples, so because with the range of motion and the lockout position, it was just more comfortable for me. Everybody had to find their own, but like I said, this was my first time using it because there's generally always somebody on it. So I had a chance to jump on it today. It felt good. I'll keep using it too because the handles kind of come together at the top and give you a squeeze on that inner pec. Plus they kind of transition up towards the eyes. It's almost like a bench press motion, but it's unilateral so you can make sure both sides are getting equal work. I really like these. Before I would go a little heavier on these. I don't know what they're called. You know, but if you really start putting a little weight on it, you kind of you feel like the Hulk whenever he wants to smash something, you know. There's the range of motion. If you really want to hit that upper pec, that top pec, you need to search for that point. For me, it tends to be if I'm bringing my hands together at my forehead or just above my forehead height, depending on where the angle of the cable. Here the cables are all the way down to the floor. And this is not heavy. I think I have just the first plate here because I'm doing volume sets. And that transition from the shoulder, I really want to see how it felt because I haven't done this exercise in a long time. So I think I bumped it up to 2 plates here, and that's as high as I'll go. So you can see, really, if you really want to dial it in, you bring it up, squeeze it in the middle, and hold. And I think I do that till I feel myself getting burnt out, and then I'll start just repping them out. I wish the camera could go a little bit higher. I might be able to have one more extension on my tripod. But again, I try to stay inconspicuous. And it's not that important, but just kind of get the better angle, kind of a looking down angle a bit. But this is a good one. Stay under control. Keep it right on the chest. You can transition it back to the delts if you want. And really kind of squeeze that front delt coming up. Me, I don't want to because I have trouble with that anyways. It's part of my rehab. So I'm trying to stay off that delt. I go just far enough back till I feel it transitioning, and then I come on back up and squeeze the chest. And I've seen a similar movement where people have been doing it with dumbbells. I tend to like the cable because you have that constant tension. What I will give the dumbbells is you get that palm up feel. And apparently that's the end of the workout. So, in any case, we all stay strong, and I'll see you next time.